Hi, my name is Christine.
And my name is Mary.
And we are sisters, and we are the co-hosts of this podcast, Dawson Cries. And listeners, we have exciting news because last week we did not record, but this week... Yeah, that is a wham. This week, it's the week of Thanksgiving when we're recording, and we are so thankful because my sister and I are both together in person in our childhood home. We're home for the holidays.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag so blessed. So this is one of the rare opportunities we have to record together.
In the same room, no splicing and dicing, no phone dropping out. We might still drop furniture, but you know.
Yeah, there could be some unforeseen accidents. Hopefully no technical difficulties.
Knock on carpet.
Yeah, so we're very thankful to be together. We're thankful that you're our listeners. We're excited to bring you this episode.
Christine's about to douse us in sentiment.
I might just say that I love you, Mary. You guys, you know you love it. You gotta celebrate love when you can. That's my philosophy.
True. That's kind of a theme of the app.
Oh my god. This app got saccharine,
real
sweet.
It was syrupy mess.
Yeah, I feel like I need some, salt just to cut that. A salty turkey right now.
Gratefully, Joey's a little bitter, so that cuts through it a tad. We start the episode with Joey and Pacey in the car, where they spend a lot of time together. Joey, I guess, still doesn't have that license, so Pacey's driving her around. Turns out she's going to be spending the weekend with AJ. It's a big weekend for him. You know, he's such a big shot in college. He has some sort of, special event where... Okay, listeners, just so you have a visual here... Christina's to my left in pigeon pose right now. I wish she would concentrate on the task at hand.
I can multitask.
She can't stop doing yoga even for a second.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I gotta stretch it out beforehand.
I know, but come on now. It's time for the dirty down.
Mary, you don't know. Maybe all the other times we record, I'm doing the same thing.
I'd be so mad at you.
Because you can't see me.
You'd be like, oh, where are my notes?
I often do. If I'm not recording in bed, if I'm on the floor, I'm in some kind of a pose.
Oh, Christine.
Usually a Baddha Konasana.
Okay.
Sometimes a Padmasana.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Moving on. Pacey and Joey are in the car. Joey's talking all about how this is going to be the biggest weekend of AJ's life. Oh my God, it's so important. He has to do a reading at his university. He's going to be honored because he's such a hero.
AJ.
Pacey is none too pleased. He thinks AJ might secretly be an extraterrestrial. He doesn't think that AJ deserves any of this hoopla. And he thinks that the whole idea that AJ and Joey are going back and forth together dating like this, he thinks it's all a scam. And long distance, it never works in Pacey's opinion. He thinks, it's not reality.
Yeah.
Their relationship isn't real. It's just fantasy. And he says, you're going to come out of this weekend like Cinderella. Midnight's going to strike. There's Pumpkin City. The fantasy fades. Back to reality. Whoop! There goes gravity.
Yes.
So, Pacey's got some harsh thoughts.
Yeah, Pacey's dropping some harsh truth on Joey, who, he's
a truther.
Oh my God, there's a lot of truthers. Truth warriors.
Mm.
Yeah, Pacey is Joey, you're rejecting reality. You're living in your fantasy worlds, like another character we know and love. A part of me is just I get where Pacey's coming from, and I understand, he's got the hots for Joey, so he's upset that she's going. But at the same time, it's sometimes you just want to enjoy the fantasy a little bit.
Isn't every relationship a fantasy a little bit?
I mean, that's kind of true.
Long distance or not, it's, you never know how it's going to end. It's all a leap of faith.
Yeah. And, even with, well, we'll get there. But, you're right, though, because it's also 16-year-olds. Yeah. So they're acting so serious. It's she's going for a weekend at a college.
Yeah.
Pacey's kind of, ruining it for her.
He's a spoilie.
It was a little Pacey, come on, don't be such a Debbie Downer.
He's bitter.
For poor Joey. Yeah, he's cutting this
He's
sweetness.
real salty.
Yeah, so, nevertheless, Joey's still excited, and she's well... Pacey calls it an eyes closed wish, and or Joey says, "Well, Pacey, sometimes wishes come true." And Pacey just comes right back with like, "Yeah, but then you open your eyes and reality seeps right back in." So
he's feeling very nihilistic today.
yeah, there's like ups and downs in life, and Pacey's like, the downs are always gonna come right back down. Like he's just focused on those downs.
The highs aren't worth the lows, in his opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty bleak.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of like some like 45-year-old single man with like a beer gut who's like driving his daughter to a dance and is like, life is horrible. Like he's not into it. But speaking of things that could use a little salt, we find ourselves at the Fish Bistro.
Oh, Mary.
As it's currently being referred to.
They need a whole salt mine.
Yeah, Gail's restaurant. It's not doing so hot. They still don't have menus, and yet they're hiring chefs. So I'm like, well, how do you know what the menu is before you have the chef?
Good point.
They're doing this whole thing.
They know they want fish.
Bass backwards. And it's a little bit of a smelly, fishy situation happening. Yeah, Gail's like, oh, I should just steal Bodhi away from the Potters. And Dawson's like, no you don't. I'm going to lose my bestie.
Dawson.
And what's that, Alexander baby.
Oh, that poor baby.
Father again. So Dee has been put in charge of trying out the chefs. I don't know why she entrusts him with such a big job. And hiring the wait staff. Basically, every single possible job is on Dee's shoulders.
Yeah, Dawson is really the indentured servant and doing the most. Like, Gail's getting her not money's worth with that.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, they are in dire straits.
Yeah.
Then we get to finally meet Pacey's little mentee. Mm-hmm. He is the child from Jerry Maguire. Is that right? He's a little boy. I guess now he's like muscle bound. I don't know. So one of our listeners sent us a picture, and he's definitely not that small anymore.
Well, he's like in his late 20s.
Probably.
I think Becca said he was like 29.
Okay, so he was like 9 at the time ish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but he's like a precocious little bratty kid right now. His name is Buzz Thompson. Buzz, you always know you're in for trouble.
Buzz right off.
Yeah. It's like, uh-oh.
What about Buzz Lightyear?
Oh, Buzz Lightyear is an exception. Yeah. I just kept thinking of Home Alone.
Oh.
Buzz, your girlfriend.
Your girlfriend's a dog.
Woof, yes.
Oh, man. I can't wait to watch Home Alone 2.
Right, the season's coming, guys.
Home Alone 2 is the superior Home Alone, but we don't need to get into that.
Home Alone 1 and 2 are both great
Escape
in my
book.
Escape from New York. That's when they're the wet bandits, right? Instead of the sticky bandits?
Correct.
Mary, yes.
They're both so good, though.
I know. They're classics.
No shade.
We could do a whole podcast on the Home Alones maybe someday.
Maybe.
But the kid is
a brat.
A buzzy, bratty mentee. He's giving Pacey the real runaround. He insults him for having a 5 o'clock shadow.
He doesn't.
Pacey does not.
Pacey couldn't grow.
I was like,
nothing.
I don't even see like one little peach fuzz
on
that chin.
And listeners, this was funny because we just rewatched the episode because I forgot to bring my notes home. Classic. And our dad was watching it with us, and he just thought that this Buzz was like the funniest character. He kept being like, at every stupid thing that Buzz said. So,
Yeah.
I guess
really, that kid resonates
our
with
dad is the target audience for Buzz in his acting career. Yeah, Buzz is just like... He calls Pacey pissy.
Yeah, that was disrespectful.
But Pacey calls him a smartass. And I'm like, this kid is 9 years old. And you're going to curse at him?
I was surprised to hear that too, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was like, okay, Pacey doesn't play by the rules. Yeah. And then he's just like, there's no reason why this has to be... Well, we'll get to that later.
We just get to see the joy that awaits.
Yes.
Then Joey is dropped off at some kind of station.
Yeah.
And sees a little sign that says Potter, Joseph. Haha. Is that like an inside joke she has with AJ?
Yeah, I remember when she had her dorm assignment, she was bunked with him
yeah.
because they thought she was a boy.
Oh, right. So Joey's like, oh, haha, our inside joke.
Uh-huh.
And then she comes to find it's
Which
not
is so
AJ.
lame that Christine doesn't even remember it.
Yeah, right. I know. I'm like, they're very cute, very funny. Not AJ, you're the worst.
Yeah, I know. I hate
AJ
him.
for never. But she's shocked that it's not AJ's hand holding the sign, but it's some blonde chick. And
Jen 2.0.
Yeah, Jen with straight hair.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's a good point.
French
like
Jen.
Yeah.
We have New York City Jen and we have Parisian Jen.
Parisian Jen.
And Joey was the one who skipped going to Paris so she could sniff around the D. And she, I mean, you all know how pissed off we were at her. I even had to tell one of my friends was going back and forth on whether or not to go to Paris with her boyfriend. And I was like, do I have to quote the hills at you right now? And she was like, what's that? And I was like, always go to Paris. How dare you? And then she booked her flight. So
good, Mary. Good. You're doing
I'm trying
God's
to
work
spread
there.
the Lord's good word here. It's very difficult. People don't want to go to Paris. I don't understand.
I don't get it. I want to go to Paris so bad.
Always go to Paris.
Mary and I are going to go there someday and get you pastries.
We're ready.
See the art. We're gonna look awesome. We're gonna smell
Christine
great.
walked in the door today with a big red beret on her head. So
I'm ready, man.
she's in Paris in her brain.
In my mind, I'm going.
In reality, we're in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Oh, I know, but it did snow. It snowed here today, and that was lovely.
What does that have to do with Paris?
Nothing, but I was excited to be in northeastern Pennsylvania for the snow.
Okay. Well,
DC, it snowed. It did snow in DC one day.
In New York, we got trounced, so that's why we had to cancel the pod.
Listeners, yeah. Snowstorm surprise last week.
Snowstorm surprise. I was like at a play and it started an hour late. And this was on the Broadway. If you can believe. It started an hour late. Someone was stuck in the snow. And then family was flying into JFK and they got stranded on the tarmac. So got to take them into my home under my wing.
Mary's such a good hostess.
As you do. If you're not there for your family, you're just a piece of shit.
Thank
you. I helped them out.
Listeners, we got to reiterate that as much as possible.
I know. It gets reiterated in this episode.
Yeah.
I think. Or am I thinking of This Is Us?
I think that might be This Is Us. This one, no.
This is all really starting to blur.
Kind of with, Dawson a little.
Yeah, a bit with D.
Yeah, with D.
Oh, it does. No, I'm thinking of later with Jen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jen says to D something along those lines. But,
yeah. Oh, but anyway, yeah, Joey is...
Jen, Parisian Jen.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, I was expecting AJ. And this Parisian Jen is basically saying, well, he hasn't chosen what he wants to read yet. So he's home doing that. It's like, get your act together, dude.
No, right?
Like, you're really procrastinating. So she's like, I'm going to pick you up. I'm AJ's oldest friend. And Joey's like, oh.
Girl, bye.
Yeah. Less than thrilled. AJ is not cool. Like, you got to give a girl a heads up.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I guess he couldn't text her because they don't have phones.
It's the 90s or whatever. Yeah, 2000.
But yeah, I mean, obviously she's disappointed.
Yeah.
And then she hands her some skates. I didn't know I thought they were boots.
I was like, I think those are rollerblades. I was like, yeah, that's odd.
They go blading, which, cool, I guess. Christine and I used to blade a lot.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, she had a serious injury blading.
I did. Listeners, it was bad because my skates were so worn down. They were
too much grinding.
They did, I know. The skate I break with, the wheels were all slanted because they got worn down. And I skated over a rock or a twig or a crack or something.
Yeah. And
I just flew. And I fell backwards and fell right on my wrist and just wrecked it. It was broken. It looked like a big S. It was wrecked. My friend gave me a splint. She put... Glenn,
did she really?
Yeah, she did. She put 2 sticks together and wrapped it in a towel. That was before it started to hurt. I was still numb and in shock.
Wow, was it that bad of a break?
Mary, yeah. It looked like my hand and my wrist, like it was not a straight line. It looked like an S.
I can't believe she gave you a splint. That's supposed to be so painful.
I was afraid to even move it because it was so... It just looked like my hand wasn't connected. Our parents came.
Well, I know Dad was screaming.
Dad screamed, and then I started crying.
Yeah.
My friends were like, you were fine until your dad showed up. I think
So they
he
drove you to the
scared him a little.
hospital?
Yeah, they drove me to the hospital.
Oh, he scared the shit out of them when I jumped off that cliff and had to go to the hospital.
Our dad is
friends were
not
terrified.
not a fan of when we hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
Naturally.
It's very funny.
Anyway, that luckily did not happen to Joey and Morgan.
No.
Morgan's Parisian.
Well, Joey does get a little injured later.
Oh, good point. Yeah, they really don't play that up.
I know. I was like, what happened to her knee? Because then the first time I watched it, I didn't even realize they were skating. And then I was like, ooh, she fell.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, then we like jump back to Buzz and Pacey, and Pacey's trying to be genuine with Buzz, and Buzz is just like deflecting all of it. And he's like, Pacey's like, like this doesn't have to be that bad. We can connect. And Buzz is like, here comes the honesty. Next is the intimacy. And I was like, you are such a weird little bugger. He wants Pikachu, and he wants it now. That's all he wants out of this interaction is some Pikachu cards.
That's funny to me.
It's weird because it's like, oh, that's one thing about the show that hasn't changed. Pokemon is still.
I feel like Pokemon is still popular. I know, because they just had that Pokemon Go game is pretty recent.
Yeah, the movie too, I think.
Oh, yeah, and like Pikachu, that's still like a kid would still be into it.
Time.
It's weird.
Extremely weird.
Everything aged except that.
Except for Pikachu.
Who would have guessed?
The boat hats.
Oh my god, bucket hats.
Why do you keep calling them boat hats?
I don't know.
They look like something you'd wear on a boat.
They do. They're just terrible. I mean, I know they're still kind of... Some people wear them still.
Who?
I feel like rappers.
No, what?
Is it a joke? Don't they?
A bucket hat?
Yeah.
Name one rapper who wears a bucket hat.
I was trying to think if like Kendrick wore one. Did he wear a bucket hat?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like Lil Yachty would be in a bucket hat. Listeners, I don't know. I feel
Lil
like
Yachty and the new pornographer. Episode 3.
Episode 3 shout out.
Oh my god. So they have a weird relationship. Pacey goes off to buy him the Pokemon card. This kid immediately starts beating on a kid with a mallet. I was like, you can't take this kid anywhere.
Oh yeah, the whack-a-mole mallet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got really buck wild with that.
Violent quick.
And the kids are like much bigger than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pacey just throws him over his shoulder and walks out the door.
That was satisfying.
Yeah.
It's like that kid is
When Pacey's ready to be a single dad. 16.
Pacey.
He's ready to do
Pacey
it.
knows the moves. Yeah. Oh my word.
Then, yeah.
Yeah, and then
AJ.
AJ, yeah, we finally see the boy wonder for the creative writing award. And he's in like some cafe, still pondering what he's gonna read. Morgan skates up. Joey's not there. Like, not thrilled with that. Like,
No.
she's just like, oh, Joey can fend for herself. It's just like, where's Joey? And then Joey comes in, and he's like, oh, you didn't take her skating, did you? And Morgan's like, oh, yeah, she did a lot better than you did, blah, blah.
So much annoying banter happening.
There's a lot of annoying banter.
And Joey's just like out of it. No one's doing any introductions or explaining. It's just she's like this third wheel on wheels, and it's very uncomfortable for everyone involved.
Yeah, I was annoyed. I mean, listeners, we don't like AJ.
Ugh.
It made me not really like Morgan, although I get it. Like,
Yeah.
I get why Morgan's like, she doesn't know her.
She's not that annoying.
She's not
better than
Morgan's,
AJ.
Morgan's much better than AJ. Too
We
good
can
for
all
AJ.
agree that Morgan's too good for AJ and Joey is too.
Their AJ's dynamic is very similar to Dawson and Joey's.
Oh my god, it's the same thing.
It's like a mirror. Yeah.
AJ proves to himself to be exactly, except for worse. He's
It's
very happening.
Like then Morgan, I feel like Joey is kind of looking of her because Morgan did actually go to Paris.
Wow, at least someone took her advice.
I know. And then proceeds to speak French with AJ, and Joey's left out.
Joey's like, oh, I don't really speak French, and they're like, oh, we don't care.
Yeah, they're like, no,
We're not going to do any translation.
Yeah. What does he say? He's like, oh, well, I just want you, or Morgan, like, or like, don't be fooled by our banter. We hate each other. It was like something weird like that.
Really
like,
bizarre.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't like
you
this.
guys,
Like,
this
Joey,
is the worst.
just, I don't know, just get out of there.
Yeah, for real.
But this was, I thought was interesting. When they're talking, Morgan said, oh, Joey, all of AJ's letters to me, he couldn't stop talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
And Joey's like, oh, really? And then Morgan's like, I bet he's never told you about me. I was like, ooh.
That was so awkward.
That's so awkward. I would be like, red flag, red flag.
Like, why?
Yeah, why? And that makes you wonder. And then Well, I think we have to come back. There's a different scene where that gets developed further. But then I think we're back in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Doing some taste testing. And it's not going great.
Yeah, the taste testing. Andy and Jack have volunteered to taste test. They previously picked up the sign for the restaurant that has no name on it because Gail changed her mind.
It's a mysterious fish.
Yeah.
I do like Andy's idea of it being a name, like just like a no name, like real hip. That would work today.
Yeah, but would it work in Capeside? Can you imagine if there was a restaurant here with no name?
I could see it if there's like a distinct like fish on it. Like that one guy came in, he's like, I'm here for the fish.
Yeah.
It's like people just call it that.
The fish spot.
The fish spot.
Something fishy this way comes.
Ooh. Yeah, you could have fun and just name it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to say, people at my work say this, and I've
Back
kind of
that
adopted
bass
it.
up. That's a good name for
Back
us,
that bass up. Oh my god.
That would be like a strip club fish joint.
I know that.
combo.
Ooh. I'm not gonna say it.
I know. Back that bass
Listeners,
up.
you could fill in the blank there. No, I was gonna say like Andy and Jack. I feel like they were like voluntold to be taste testers.
Yeah.
Because
They
they're
didn't
like,
have too
we
much
have the
choice.
sign. Oh, we have to eat this terrible food. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm worried for Gail.
Then Jen rolls in. Finally, we see her interacting with some people.
Yeah, it was funny to me that they all were like, Jen, oh my god, I haven't seen her forever.
I know. I was like, thank God they finally acknowledged it. Like,
Yeah.
not like, oh, Jen. Like, yeah, like you have not been in a storyline in a minute. Like,
We miss you.
we miss you, Jen. I just want just Jen.
Mm-hmm.
Give me just Jen.
Just Jen, we're here for it.
So here for it.
Even like years later.
Yeah.
This is the time though.
And apparently she's like been in a now's the time for a Just Jen reboot.
Yeah.
They're remaking Sabrina.
Yeah.
Give us
Is
just
this
Jen.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Is that what they're remaking? Or is this something else?
It's like a different. It's more like dark.
I liked Clarissa
It's the
Explains It
girl
All.
from. Well, that's not related.
Is that a different actress?
Melissa Joan Hart? But this is the girl from Mad Men is the new Sabrina.
Oh yeah, Sally Draper.
Kiernan Shipka.
But who wasn't Clarissa Explains It All girl also Teenage
It's Melissa
Witch?
Joan Hart to you? Yes.
Yeah, she's always Clarissa to me.
Clarissa.
That show was great. That would be a fun pod.
I don't even know where we could find that.
I have to look at YouTube.
No, we gotta stick to this pod. That
No,
we're on.
we're dedicated to the dirty dog.
We're down.
To the D.
So yeah, they're like, Jen, where you been? She's like, oh well, now that I'm Jenry, I've been a little busy. I'm like, oh, why is she in a relationship with him now? Is that what we're just meant to believe?
Sounds like they're hot and heavy. They're
The
deep
worst.
in the Genry land.
The worst.
I wonder how that's
It's
going.
not gonna go well. Can we all agree?
That's why we don't see any of it.
Yeah,
They're
it's
we
like how
can't
could
really
they have a real relationship
depict
when
it
she's up on this
looking-
pedestal?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be normal. I mean, he sold his blood for her. How do you come back from that? You can't.
He sold too much, like broke the law.
2 pints or
Just
something. Way too
sold
much
too
blood.
much blood.
It wasn't even blood, it was plasma.
Oh my
That's
God.
even more intense.
Henry, you are off the charts.
Jenry. Just Jen. I prefer Just Jen.
Yeah, just Jen's better.
Oh my god.
So yeah, she's looking to like get back in the land of friends. She's like, I'm having maybe enough of just being just Jenry. So she's gonna try to be a waitress, and she wants to make some money to take him out.
Yeah, I mean, she wants to make money so she can be a sugar mom and a Henry. That's not really like.
That was funny.
It's still all about Henry.
Because Henry, well, I guess he spent a lot of dough on her. Maybe she feels guilty.
Yeah, but she's afraid to ask him for any money. She's like,
She's like, he's gonna
he can't pay
sell
for
his
anything,
arm.
or else he's gonna. Next time I see him, I'll be missing an organ. Bad.
Yeah,
I
no.
sold my lungs on the black market. That's why I
Iron-
have this
iron
oxygen tank. It's like, Henry, you're going to the extremes.
I'm afraid for that to end. Oh, it's probably gonna be insane. He's
They're
gonna,
gonna have
dye
to
his
kill off
hair
Henry.
black.
They're gonna have to kill off Henry, just like they did with Abby.
Oh dear.
Yeah, too much champagne, and he's gonna.
Yeah, Jen. It's
in
like
trouble.
you get too close, you might burn up.
Yeah, she's hot like the sun.
That's true.
She burns you to crisp. Oh my god. Joey, meanwhile, she's fallen and she can't get up. She's on Henry's bed. She's on AJ's bed. AJ looks just like Henry. She's on.
No, AJ is Ugh.
Christine is not attracted to AJ.
He just looks, to me, like an idiot. That's the best way I could describe
Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
He has the hair.
He has the same
His hair
haircut.
is terrible.
It's offensive.
It's really like an awkward length.
It's
It's
disappointing.
like not long. It's not short.
AJ is disappointing as the older love interest.
Yeah, Joey.
Where's
what
that guy
do
from
you
the
see in
pier?
him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he was
terrible.
an awful person, but
But that was also a Jen
at least
guy.
he was hotter. That was a
He
Jen
went for
guy.
Jen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Ugh. Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
man.
Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber is
Yeah.
D minus AJ.
D minus.
Yeah, D's got the lustrous hair.
D's. Oh,
Can
I
do
know.
so much hair acting with it. The flop, the flip,
The
the comb
spin.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
D's-
a versatile hair actor.
D's got good hair, and it doesn't match his eyebrows, which I like.
Yeah.
It's just like cute.
Yeah.
Like D.
Dirty dog.
You dirty dog.
um,
Oh, listeners.
So, as AJ's trying to clean her wound, Joey can't help but bring up Morgan because she's jelly. She's like, oh, Morgan's really pretty. Or she's really pretty. And AJ's like, what? Who? And she's like, Morgan, duh. And yeah, she's just really jealous and it's kind of spilling out. And then.
And it's also, I feel like it's odd not to talk about it at all.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, what would you do?
I don't know if I would say she's really pretty. I would say, oh, I like your friend Morgan. It was nice to meet her. Like, I would just, try to talk about her as a person. Because
To get intel or just to talk about
just to talk about her, because it's odd. Like, if you don't talk about her, it's almost giving it a lot of importance, too.
Right.
It's just strange, that it's left unspoken. I don't know.
Well, Pacey was left unspoken.
Well, that was the
episode.
interesting part, I was going to bring in, because Joey's like, well, it's weird, it's such a big thing. AJ's like, well, I didn't talk about her because I wanted to focus on the big things, because you and I have such limited time. And she's like, well, she's your best friend. Isn't that a big thing?
Yeah.
And AJ's like, well, yeah, but, you don't tell me about all your friends. Which I was like, oh, good point, because drama, Pacey is one from the first date where Pacey was even there and was just totally ignored.
Right.
And also Dawson. I don't think he's come up at all.
Well, they don't hang anymore.
I know, but it seemed like never mentioned. I don't know.
She's just trying to forget Dee.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't even know that the fish bistro is even opening. Back that bass up. She has no clue. She's gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" Back that bass up. Eve worked there.
Eve
no clue.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it just seemed like
what did
the
she
parallel,
put on that mural? Also something that we don't get to know. Remember Pacey
yeah,
bought her that
the
wall?
Maybe she's still working on it. It's big. It was a big wall.
She didn't talk about that.
No.
Morgan does very cringeworthily call Joey a political agitator when she picks her up from the bus stop.
She does, yeah.
Like, this is cringe.
I know, but Joey did lead that rebellion last episode.
Yeah, that's true.
In support of, Principal Green, we miss you so much.
I know, I miss him so bad.
It's really so
why
sad.
Why did I have to get rid of all my favorite characters? Principal Green, Abby Morgan.
Yeah, great.
Bodie, they keep cutting left, right, and center. Who else do I like that's not on the show? Well, I like Nikki, too.
Yeah, I like Nikki, too.
And now she's gone.
Yeah.
I don't hate Bessie. She didn't get a lot of screen time.
Yeah. Alexander.
He's never on.
No, I know. Once in
He's
a blue moon.
He's a little
He's
white
just a
baby.
little baby. He's still white.
Yeah.
Right? I think
Yes.
so.
Grams,
I miss her too.
I know. Never thought we would say her. Remember how much we hated Grams?
We were really
I was gonna say I miss
anti-Grams.
Grams, but then I was like, oh, people are gonna like they're hypocrites because we called Grams garbage.
Hey, we're just like Gail. We're women. We have the
We
reserve
had to
right
change
to
our
change our
minds. Now we're
minds.
Grams stands and we miss her.
Yeah, I miss.
Like, what is she
Grams.
up to?
I know. Is she seeing an older man?
Is she dating?
I know. She's praying
Is she
for
working?
sure.
Yeah,
I
she's
know.
definitely saying her rosaries. Does she miss Jack?
I know.
Does she approve of Henry?
I'm curious about
Henry?
that too.
Does she scream Hennifer whenever she gets the opportunity?
She probably thinks Henry's insane.
Probably. Although she was all about that second date, the necklace.
Oh my god, that's right. The unadorned neck.
It's proper for the first date. Wild rule. Wild.
Very wild.
Well, anyway, we got to continue or we're never going to get through this pod.
Oh, listeners, it's true. But you probably missed us last week, so
I know, so we're going to give you an extra
dose of sister talk.
Yeah. Yeah, AJ starts really, really boringly talking about stupid ass hemoglobin. He's boring the hell out of me.
This was so
Puts his
unerotic.
dirty lips all over her knee. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a good way to get an
If you're
infection.
saying the bacteria, your nasty mouth, Jim Carrey is about to put some on her. Really annoying. Then they start making out. They start talking about blood and making out. It's almost like Henry's in the room. Morgan walks in. Of course she does. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, I guess you got that room. Because they made out in front of her earlier.
Good point.
Kind of rude.
Yeah, Morgan, like, great timing.
Yeah. And then he's like, don't go. And she...
This would piss me off if I were Joey.
I know. I'd be like...
all right,
What?
this is... Something is not right here.
Yeah. She wants him to go with his old writing at the reading tonight.
Mm-hmm. To stick to his roots.
Stick to his roots, and she also doesn't want him dressing up. She sounded a lot like Joey.
She did. I know.
Being like, oh, don't dress up. You're not being true to yourself. Right? Do your old piece. That's, something I know.
Yeah, it is very similar.
Yeah.
Very strangely similar. And then she whisks Joey away
Yeah.
from her man.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to go with you.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't
Why?
know you. I'm
Why
here
should
with
I?
this lame-o AJ. Maybe Joey's like, all right, let's take a break.
Try and get some.
He's infecting my knee.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my god. So Pacey brings Buzz to
Buzz.
the True Love boat.
Oh my god, he can't get enough of that friggin' boat. I forgot about it.
I know. I guess he's still not done painting. It is a lot of work, I guess, to revamp that boat. So he's like, oh, sorry. Am I making noise? Oh, listeners, sorry. I'm like kicking my feet together. I don't mean to be causing insane background noise. And he wants the kid to help him paint it. And he's kind of shocked because the kid seems to know what he's doing with a paintbrush.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, well, who sat still long enough to teach you how to paint? And he's like, oh, my dad did. Pacey's like, oh, well, where's your dad? And the kid basically insinuates that in a very off-color way. His father has died and his ashes are in the Atlantic Ocean, scattered from Nantucket. Pacey's like, oh, okay. And then the kid asks about Pacey's dad, and Pacey explains that he's probably hanging up his holster. The kid's like, oh, your dad's a cop. And that explains a lot.
Like, does it?
I
9-year-old?
I don't know. In the 9-year-old's world, he's like, you have a lot of authority issues.
Like, where does he even get that from? Like, how does he know that? Nothing that has happened has shown him that.
Unless
I just like this relationship with Buzz was very, like, corny and shoehorned in.
Buzz just seemed,
And just, like, unearned. Like...
I felt bad for Buzz, but I was very annoyed by him.
Yeah.
And
Our dad found him hilarious.
I know, so I'm sure some listeners are like, I love this kid.
Buzz is the best.
He just seemed like too, like, I guess he's supposed to be smart, but he seemed too smart.
Too smart for 9.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is scripted.
Like, yeah, he's, like, worldly or whatever, but, like, he's gone through a lot. But also, like, he knew things that he shouldn't know, like, about Pacey, like, that he has authority issues.
But he could just be, like, making that up, like, same with the 5 o'clock shadow. Like, just to try to push his buttons, maybe.
I guess. I don't know. It was
But,
very weird. I also didn't like they did this thing with the camera where they had Buzz look directly at the camera to do all his lines, and it was very off-putting.
I know, yeah, and it was almost like looking down on him a little, so it was like, I don't know if it was like Pacey's POV, and then when you look up at Pacey, at least in the first meeting, they did that, and I was like, no.
I didn't like it. I was like, ooh, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was like too much focus on a little kid. It just felt,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I did not like it. And then it's like, Buzz, starts, Buzz and Pacey start bond over hitting people. Because they both like to hit other people. Joey, meanwhile, she's up in, what's her name's room? Morgan's room. And she's fascinated by these, pictures on her wall of the Parisian sidewalk chalk artists, and it turns out that not only does Morgan have a full-on relationship history with AJ, but she's also an artist, something Joey longs to be.
Yeah.
And is still only dreaming of. She does ceramics, she does photography, she does sidewalk chalk in Paris. I mean, come on.
Yeah, again, Morgan just seems like the better version of Joey
She
in
has
Joey's
everything
eyes.
Joey wants.
Yeah. Joey, man, I feel bad for Joey. Like, that would be hard.
Yeah,
To be
would suck.
stuck in that. Yeah, like, no wonder she had a terrible weekend. And then she finally gets the juice from Morgan.
Oh, Christine, but first of all, they do this stupid chat about AJ's eating habits, how he slurps spaghetti,
This is dumb,
how he
yeah.
conjugates Latin verbs under his breath. I'm like, why are any of you interested in this loser? Who
Why
doesn't
did
know
we-
how to eat pasta?
Why did we never see him do the Latin thing?
Who on earth would do that? Does he have, like, an anxiety disorder? Which, like, no shame if you do, but, like, it's weird. It's a weird thing to do.
It's a weird thing to, like, mention and then, like
Laugh
us never
at.
see.
It's like, that would be extremely awkward to see someone do that in public. You'd be like, are you okay? Do you need something? Like,
Yeah, I know.
you want to, like, go for a walk because you're not functioning normally.
You're like, what are you saying? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so AJ's weird.
Yeah.
They finally talk. It seemed like Joey was trying to ask AJ if they had ever had a history or dated when he was trying to kiss her.
She's like, he's a good kisser. And I'm like, ew.
Yeah, Joey's like, I'm just gonna go there.
Is he?
I don't know. I guess.
not.
It seems like it would be pretty underwhelming. But Morgan does admit that they had kissed once.
Oh, God.
But she said that it was not a lot of great chemistry because they know each other too well. So she's like, but obviously clearly obsessed with him. Her delivery, her whole body language is screaming, I wish it would work, but it were ill-fated lovers, blah, 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 so intense. And Joey's like, oh, God, this was like me and Dee. Back in the day.
Dirty dog.
The dirty dog. But Morgan is like just realizing it. So she's like feeling all these strong feelings. So Joey is being a bigger woman than I probably would and invites Morgan to...
I know, I was like, girl, are you crazy?
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
You lost your damn mind? What are you doing?
Like, you can have your fun and then be like, okay, my fantasy's over. You can have them
Yeah,
for real
girl,
now.
have your fun.
Yeah,
She really goes off the rails later in this episode.
Joey is too, yeah.
But she is.
Why
I
are
give
you
her a lot of
falling on that
credit.
sword?
She
Yeah.
is the bigger woman.
Yeah.
She invites Morgan to the reading, very selflessly.
Mm-hmm.
And Morgan's like, no, that's your thing. And she's like, well, you're his best friend. I see no reason why we both can't be part of his life. Which I'm sure, maybe at this point she doesn't realize, and she's sort of thinking like, well, if Dee ever dates someone, I would hope that they would treat me this way.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Because Jen didn't treat her that way.
Mm-hmm.
And Dee was always trying to get rid of her when he was with Jen. So.
Yeah. So Joey's like, I know what it's like.
So you a size queen? She should have asked Morgan if she was a size queen. That'd be hilarious.
I miss that part of Joey.
I know, me too.
You don't see, she's like so good and pure.
I want her to get dirty again.
Get dirty, Joey. Yeah, it's funny.
You a size queen? Yeah,
that was brilliant. Oh my god. It's almost hard to believe it's the same person.
I know.
Oh God, Mary. Jen is like really channeling. Remember how klutzy Jack was? Speaking of how.
Yes, it's rubbed off on Jen, the clumsiness.
Jen's picked up on it. She cannot keep a plate in her hands to save her life.
Yeah.
It can't be that hard.
I was kind of like Jen. I was a hostess. Sometimes they would force me to bring plates out. I spilled salsa all over a customer once. I was also like the world's worst hostess. Like I worked at a Ruby Tuesday in college, I think. Yeah, in college. And one day, so they have like the salad bar or whatever. I sat this family at a table, and I went back to my podium. And then I sat another family at the same table while the other family was at the salad bar. And they came back with their salads and someone else was in their seats.
Mary, that's really funny.
I don't know how I didn't get fired. I was really, really bad at that job. So it's a hard job, and I understand, because Jen, it is difficult, especially if no one's training you, which no one is.
No one is. That's a good point. Yeah.
The shit's heavy. It's really hard to balance. You gotta kick doors open.
Mitch mentioned he had a technique. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for her. And I've broken some plates and stuff too. So you know, just Jen, let me play you in the
Oh, Mary, there you
in the
go.
series.
Just Jen, yeah. She will not be she might be a hostess though. We'll see how she does with that.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
See if
she's
she
probably-
double seats
she
anybody.
might be just as bad as I was.
That would be funny.
No shame if you are, Jen. It's
yeah,
okay.
it's okay. It's
You can
okay.
be good at other things, but still get your money.
Yeah, get that green.
Get your money, girl.
Not the salad. The actual
No,
cash.
throw out your romaine, PSA.
Yeah, listeners, don't. Okay, our mom has a friend.
This is going to be the
Who-
world's longest podcast.
I know, I'm sorry. We're already at 40 minutes. All right, quick story though. For some stupid reason, she's bringing a salad to Thanksgiving.
Not our mom. Our mom's
No,
friend.
no, our mom, no. Her mom's friend. And she's like, all I have is romaine in my fridge. I don't care. I'm going to bring a romaine salad.
She can poison everyone at that table.
Don't be like that woman.
Don't be like her mom's friend. Throw away your romaine.
Throw that romaine in
Don't
the trash.
poison your family. This
Just eat
Thanksgiving.
turkey and gravy. Like,
yeah.
God
you need
intended.
a vegetable. Eat some kale.
No,
You-
eat a sweet potato.
You want to be eating the cruciferous greens anyway.
Mary knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like kale. But I feel like sweet potato tomorrow.
Yes, but I'm saying if you need to have a
green
green.
bean casserole.
Yes, doused in Velveeta and
Yeah, crispy onions.
yes. um,
Oh, I'm excited to eat tomorrow.
listeners, what are you most excited to eat? I'm most excited to eat, well, turkey, obviously.
Avi.
I'm excited to drown myself in wine, play some games.
Play some Garth Brooks.
You know what I just really love is like mashed potatoes, and then like I make a little hole in the middle. And I fill it with gravy and corn.
I was telling my coworker about that.
So good.
If you never tried it, it is really good.
You gotta mix the corn in with the mashed potatoes. It's bomb.
And then put the gravy on. And maybe put some
Yes.
turkey in it too.
If you're feeling wild.
It's damn good.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, yum. And then have pie later.
Bye, 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 bye.
All right, back at the boat.
Bye, bye, bye. Back at the boat.
Back at that boat,
Boathouse.
Pacey is serving up some wieners
Oh.
to little Buzz.
Buzz.
Freaking Buzz. And Buzz is getting really inquisitive about true love. He's like, who's the girl? And Pacey's like, it's not a girl, it's an unattainable concept. And he's like, who's the unattainable girl?
I hate
This kid,
Buzz.
he's like too smart for 9.
Yeah.
And Pacey's like, there's no girl, I told you. The kid's like, oh, so you can beat someone up, but you can't tell a girl how you feel?
Our dad found that
Our
funny
dad
as
really
well.
laughed at that. Yeah, he's like, oh, oh, oh. But the kid is really seeing through Pacey,
Yeah.
and Pacey's just like, oh, God.
Oh my god.
Thinking about Joey, and he's
Oh
like,
my god.
he's like, I wonder if that AJ is touching my woman. That's probably what he's going through his head.
He's like, she's having the time of her life.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's bitter. AJ, meanwhile, they're at the poetry dinner. AJ's freaking overwhelmed by the fact that he has to stand up and speak. It's like, dude, you're supposed to be prepared for this. Also, it doesn't seem that freaking fancy. It's just a bunch of olds.
Yeah,
Like, just relax.
Like, please, get over it.
Like, this is
Also-
the biggest night of your life. A bigger night is probably going to happen in a week. So, you know, it's not that big a deal.
It's so true. And his name is Arthur Jr.
Arthur
By the way.
Jr.?
That's what AJ stands for.
Oh.
Yeah.
He should just go by Arthur if he wants to be taken seriously.
I like the name Arthur.
When she announced AJ, will you please stand up? It's like saying, Tiny Tim, will you please stand up? It's like, there's no respect with the name like AJ.
AJ. Is that a character in The Sopranos? Is there an AJ?
Yeah, probably the son that like pisses himself.
Yeah. Oh, it was. It
Yeah.
was Tony's son. Yeah, he was a real
or
wimp.
shits himself or something.
I don't remember.
Some sort of bowel
He's
movement.
got like a dumb like punk aesthetic that looks really stupid.
Later,
'Cause
yeah.
he's like-
in the beginning, he's just a little kid.
Cause like a kid, but he's like
Yeah.
kind of like I don't know, obviously spoiled.
Yeah.
You're not a punk.
No.
You're just a rich brat.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The-
hating on
no.
AJ is fun, but
Yeah. We love
but yeah,
to hate him.
he's nervous, gonna do the reading, gets up, and starts reading his story, and I think it's called Arthur.
No, his story?
His Arthur story. I wrote
It's
his
called
Arthur
The Silent
story.
Dream.
Oh damn! Where did that kid come from?
I don't know. Oh,
Maybe Morgan said-
he doesn't do an Arthur story. He starts it with an anecdote about FDR, and it's extremely stupid.
That was so stupid.
He's like, the only thing to fear is standing in front of these people. I'm like, Arthur, Get a life.
Yeah, like, and I like how
Show some confidence.
I like how the laughter was very muted. It's like,
like nobody laughed. Like polite laughter.
Yeah, like
probably written in the script.
Wow, stupid.
This kid sucks.
Like the story is gonna be painful.
Yeah, the silent dream. What does that mean? I was saying to me, it just evokes death. What is a dream? A silent dream? Being dead. What do you say?
A silent dream.
If you're dreaming, but there's no thoughts or noises.
Yeah, it's like.
Or is he saying the girl is a dream and she doesn't speak up?
That could be an interpretation. To me, it's so vague that it's not very.
It means nothing.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't evoke anything in me.
Mm.
It's weak. I think it's weak title.
It's his early work. It's AJ's early work.
It is AJ's early work.
The early AJ canon. It doesn't work. Like he needs.
This
to change
is like if you have like a really famous author and like they put out works that like win awards and everyone loves and it's like genius and then they die and people are just like dying for more. They go back and find this really old story he wrote and they release it and everyone's really disappointed by it. That's like what the silent dream is.
About right.
Don't you think?
I don't think AJ is gonna hit it big. But...
I don't, but it's like that kind of thing.
Right. Well, maybe he will. He's conjugating Latin verbs left, right, and center.
It's a dead language. Not too impressed, AJ. That won't get you far.
That don't impress me much. Bow, 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 down.
Oh, Shania.
So yeah, got a reading. Then it's like, oh my god, the story. He's like, love unspoken is the loudest sound of all.
Yeah, Mary and I were saying earlier when we were watching, we're like, this is like a D movie. A Dawson movie.
It is. It's like if it's a Dawson movie come to life.
Yeah.
This plot.
It's really weak.
Which, like, just goes to show your real life, it's not that interesting. You don't write about it for a poetry reading. Don't put it into a movie. Get a little creative. Writing and making art about your own life, it's played out.
Yeah.
We've seen it before.
You have to do something really spectacular if you're going to do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that Norwegian book I'm reading now.
Oh my god, you're obsessed.
It's really good. Did I talk about it on the last pod?
Well, one of them. A couple ago.
Well, it is. It's like his life exactly, but it's written in a way where it's compelling.
It's not just...
It's not like a teenager longing and making everything so important.
Right.
It's like, oh, it had some prawns. It's like...
Oh, well, that sounds fascinating.
He's not trying to make it into like a melodramatic thing, I'm saying, though. Like AJ.
I see.
Mary's giving me a real big side eye right now. By the way, I know you can't.
Know I'm being sarcastic?
Listeners, you can't see. I know. I have to fill you in.
Oh, my God. So, Pacey and the mentor, the like head of the mentorship program, are having a meeting. Turns out Buzz's mom works all hours of the night. Also turns out that Buzz has the highest IQ in his class, but he's constantly failing.
Sounds familiar.
And, sounds a lot like Pacey, although he hasn't taken an IQ test, so we don't know.
We don't.
But
Pacey is not an idiot.
It reminds me a lot of Pacey.
He also does not look like an idiot, which is more than I can say for AJ.
So much hate for AJ.
I like
feel bad for the
rinse people once in a while.
AJ, if he's listening to this podcast.
I'm sure he looks great now.
Ooh.
Well, I'm not sure.
I'm sure he looks
I'm sure he looks great now. I'm just trying to give him a compliment.
Him.
Rinse him. You gotta...
He's absolutely drenched.
I gotta throw him a towel after all that rinsing.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Listeners, by the way, whoever left us the nice review...
We did talk about last week.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, but we're doubly thankful because it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we gotta say what we're thankful for. I don't know what that beeping is coming from, so I apologize, listeners. We're at our parents' house.
Just
remember, actually, when we grew up, our mom was like, every night she swore she heard a beeping and none of us heard it. Do you remember that?
No.
I do. And then one night, we discovered it was like a stopwatch. And she was so vindicated. Do you remember?
I do remember that, yes. I do.
That was a funny, discovery.
How did we find it?
I don't know. It was in a drawer.
Freaky deaky. That's some new slang I'm bringing out. So, listeners, if you like rinsed, try out Freaky Deaky in your social circles and see how it goes. For me, it's been a great success.
Freaky Deaky is a fun one.
A lot of people have been saying it.
Mary's the slang generator.
I'm kind of a trendsetter.
She is.
So if you want to be cool like me, you can say Freaky Deaky whenever something spooks you out, like a phantom stopwatch beep.
Then you could say Spooky Dookie.
Spooky Dookie. That's a little bit more if you're going rogue. That's a fun one. You know, the double meaning of Dookie. So, you know, it's kind of hit or miss. But I like to say that if things are really frightful, Spooky Dookie is where it's at. Listeners, we're getting dangerously long.
We are listeners.
2 pages left.
I apologize.
It's
It's because we're together.
Yeah, it's hard to keep on task.
And we've also had like 4 beers.
Throughout the day. Not all at once.
Not right now.
So, it turns out that Buzz's father, he ain't dead. He started a new family. He left Buzz.
Buzz's
Pacey
dad is bad.
is full of compassion.
Yeah.
He's like, the aide is like, you know, I can reassign you immediately. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. I just want to see if I can pick him up a little earlier tomorrow. So Pacey is full of renewed energy to be a good mentor.
Yeah, that's sweet. Pacey's a hero.
As Christine said earlier, those witters aren't quitters.
I did say that, yeah. Then we're back at the restaurant. It's all chaos all the time still. Jen's dropping things still. Jack and Andy are disgusted by the food. They're like peacing out. And then right on cue, just as Jen like drops a whole tray, in comes star of the day, Mitch. And he's like, "Oh, Jen, let me show you a technique for that." And Gail is like, "WTF, what is Mitch doing here?" And she's pissed because she didn't tell him to come, but he's under the impression that he was all clear to show up for work. And it turns out none other than
Turtle.
so awkward. Our lovely dirty dog invited Mitch to come work there.
Sweet innocent dog.
Little D. Oh.
Little D.
Sometimes I call him Little D and sometimes I call him Big D.
Mm.
It's just like depends.
It changes.
It changes. D is very amorphous.
Sometimes we love
sometimes
him.
he's a dirty dog. Sometimes he's so
Sometimes
innocent
dirty,
angel.
Sometimes he's saintly.
Yeah, Dawson.
Here he's being a little sheepish, D.
Yeah, Dawson's like, "Mom, I heard Dad."
I heard Dad because I miss him. I want you guys to get back together.
Poor
And
Dawson.
Gail is like, "The fuck did you do?"
She's really
livid.
pissed.
I've never seen Gail this angry.
She's pissy. Yeah. Like Pacey.
Unlike Pacey. Oh my god, yeah, she's mad.
Yeah, she's not a fan.
And Dawson's like, "I don't understand. You're the one who's always telling me to not be afraid to ask for help, and here you are denying help when you need it the most."
Dawson's giving it back just like he got it.
Strikes a chord with Gail. Yeah. Morgan, it's the end of the reading. Morgan's dying to go to the Arboretum. But Joey wants to go back to AJ's room.
Ow, ow.
That's what I thought, but...
So did I. I was like, get it, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, they go back to his room, and before they even go inside, Joey's like, "I want to go back to your room alone. Go be with Morgan. You love each other." And she's like, "What?" He's like so confused.
AJ like forgot how to close his mouth.
Thoughts never coming to his mouth. Yeah, he's got like the open mouth bass fish.
So back that ass up.
Back that ass up. That's the theme of this episode is fish.
Yes.
He's got a fish face going on.
He's like ready for Morgan to like put the bait right in there and hook him.
He needs to be hooked.
He does.
Oh my god, it's a mess.
That's so bad.
She's like, oh my god, Christine and I were just saying Joey is like so extra in her explanation of why AJ needs to be with Morgan. Christine's like, she pushes it to the limit and then she goes a little more. It's like so excessive. She's like, you two love each other. Morgan's just realizing it now. I know what it's like to harbor feelings for someone and deny it, and I don't want to see you do that. You know, we could have something, but you already have something real with Morgan. She's like, can't you hear it too? The loudest sound of all. Love unspoken. Oh my god, I cannot take it anymore.
Ugh.
She's like, you looked at Morgan during your reading. Us is just a memory, and you and Morgan are reality. It just goes on and on and on. It's extremely
It was painful. This was like, yeah, as Mary said, extra, extra, extra.
Superfluosa.
Yeah, this was like This was like trying to eat the whole sweet potato casserole at Thanksgiving. Just can't stomach it all.
You do that, you're gonna have a spooky turkey.
Very spooky. Very, that's funny.
Oh my god,
listeners.
speaking of spooky cooking happening.
Good segue.
Pacey knocks on Buzz's door.
Oh.
He does not have parental permission to be at his home. How do you get his address? I'm like, this isn't right.
Oh, I didn't even think of
And
that.
be like, does
I
the
was
mother know
heartwarmed.
that a stranger's in his house cooking him dinner? I mean, I am like cynic. I'm like afraid for this child that they're just giving out his address.
Well, that's a good point. They shouldn't be doing that.
I mean, it's a very sweet thing that Pacey's doing, but these are not safe protocols for children. So Pacey shows up. He's going to make Buzz the dinner that he pretended his mom was going to make him. Extremely kind.
Yeah.
And they start bonding. Buzz confides in Pacey that his dad's not really dead. And Pacey confides in Buzz about Joey. It gets real sentimental real fast. I just have to say, the sentimental music in this episode is extreme to the limit. Like, about as much gooey ooey as I could take.
It's like all those marshmallows.
It couldn't have been worse if they were playing I'll be your wish, I'll be your dream, I'll be your fantasy. It was like, just, my heart will go on and on. I can't take it with this music. Yeah, I mean, it is very sweet that Pacey is confiding in Buzz, but you know, at the same time.
The music killed it.
Yeah. Joey's at the bus station. Who you gonna call?
Pacey.
Yeah. Who did you think she was gonna call?
Oh, I thought D.
I thought she was gonna call the D. I
Because
thought she
the
was gonna go right back into his arms.
I know. The whole setup, you're just thinking, Joey Dawson, Joey Dawson, Joey Dawson.
She's gonna miss that D.
She's like, that D I never had, the D that got away.
Oh, the D that got away. Oof, rough.
The dirty dog.
D she never seen.
I know. He's still a big V.
This
Listeners,
season
we
is
don't
gonna
know.
end with D of V.
I want to use that meme I found.
Which one?
It's a good V. It's like a V one. But it has
to be more
I can
specific.
I know, I don't want to spoil it. I can only use it if D is the last one to lose his V.
Oh. If D is the last one?
Yeah.
He probably will be. Andy and Pacey have done it. Jen's obviously done it.
Oh,
Jack's done it.
I don't know if Joey has.
Joey has not done it.
She might soon. Ow, ow.
Yeah, she's going to do it. I mean, D will be the last.
Yes, I'm going to use that meme, listeners.
I can't wait.
It'll be fun. It'll be worth it.
Maybe next week.
Hope so. The pressure's killing me. Where are we? Oh, the train station. Yeah, so I thought she was going to call Dawson. She calls someone. We don't know who yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, D. But Jen is talking to D at that moment at the docks. Classic Cape Side move.
Oh my god, Jen, they're boring me to death with their storylines. They're just making her like friend number 3 in every single scene. Like, give Jen a storyline.
Jen's too good for all of you.
She does not just need to be the supportive creature with
She
no
needs just Jen.
agency. Just Jen is what we need.
We need just Jen. No, yeah, she finds D, wants to be a friend, telling him that he's trying to put his family back together, and basically that, Dawson, we always return to what we know, what's in our bones. And then she's like, look over there. Do you remember that spot?
Mm.
That's where you told me that you wanted to be my boy adventure. And Mary, I got excited by that, because that was like a blast from the past.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was a great quote. And then Jen's basically like, D, you're really not that naive boy anymore. But at your core, you're always going to reject reality and be eternally hopeful. That's who Dawson is deep down inside that dirty doggy soul.
Dirty down.
So they were comforted, or she comforted him.
Yeah.
And then we learn who Joey called Mary.
Mm-hmm.
It was not the dirty dog.
It was the
purdy
purdy
puppy.
Pacey picks her up in his pickup, and he's got 20 questions, and Joey's like, quiet. I'm not answering one.
No talkie.
Yeah, no talkie. Shh. Then we jump right over to D at the restaurant. It's the morning. Everything's all set up.
Looks
Gail,
great.
It looks awesome. Gail hands Dawson a coffee. Oops. It's clam chowder.
What a trick.
What?
Dawson, gotta
What
look
a
at things
dirty
before you
dog
put it in your
trick.
mouth. My
Oh.
God.
Yeah, wise, sage advice from Christine.
Listeners,
And you
don't
know-
eat romaine by mistake.
You know
tomorrow.
where we're at? We're at Leary's Fresh Fish, bitch. Back the bass up. You're a real good woman when you back that bass up.
Ooh, he's a fine mother.
Back that bass up. So, we're really excited. This is the name that Mitch picked out, I guess. Mitch is now the general manager. And Bodie is Gail's new partner. He's going to have 20% ownership, but he has to give her 100% of his recipes and work nights. And they're like saying that this is a good deal for Bodie, but I'm like, so Bodie's going to work all day at the inn and all night at the restaurant.
Yeah, what do you think Bodie is? Some kind of automaton?
He's never going to see Alexander not be on the clock.
Won't be getting to give the D to Bessie.
I know.
Sad.
Where's baby number 2 going to come? I mean, I'm glad, I guess, that he is working in Cape Side and not wherever he was before, which they never even talk about.
No.
But it seems like too much.
I know, I was worried about that. I was like, I don't know, Bodie can handle all that.
Yeah.
everyone
Christine
seems happy.
whispers to me during this scene, I want to see topless Mitch again. So, just so you know where her head was at during this whole scene.
Mitch looked good to me.
He did. Christine.
I don't know, when he swooped into
That's
the
a
restaurant,
mistake.
it's like, oh, you look attractive.
Mitch looked good to me. That's how you know you're getting old.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
True confession time. It's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. I have to
These are my
tell the truth.
confessions.
I feel like we sing that one a lot.
Yeah, that's a favorite. So
It's
is
a good
Guess
song.
Who's Back.
Yeah.
People are always coming back.
That's true. I can't believe you shared that intimate moment.
Well, it was
just
funny.
between sisters. Now it's on the pod.
Now it's on the pad.
You listeners, you're like my sisters too.
Oh my god, you're really, really going over the top.
I know I'm like a sweet potato casserole right now.
You're gonna have
So
spooky
sweet.
dookie later. Be careful.
Freaky deaky.
Things are getting freaky deaky on the pod. Joey, oh man, she's really feeling sad. She's like, I'm not meant to find love.
Joey.
It's never gonna happen for me. You were right, Pacey. You're the only person in the world who's ever honest with me. And he's like, well, I don't know about that. I mean, she's just feeling hopeless. It's really sad. She's like, only 2 people in my life ever really knew me. And Pacey interjects, that AJ guy didn't know you. If he knew you, he never would have left you. She's like, I wasn't talking about AJ. I was going to say you and Dawson. He immediately swerves to the side of the road, jumps out the caddy, and it all goes down.
Oh, Mary, it goes down. It goes downtown.
What do you have to say?
Well, I would just say, yeah, Pacey's like, what the heck do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And is asking Joey to clarify. Like you said, I know you, Dawson knows you, but you called me. Why did you call me? What does that mean? Joey starts to talk. Now, this is where I thought it was interesting because Joey and Dawson, they would just be talking for 3 hours.
Oh, they could talk forever.
Yeah. Pacey's like, I don't want to talk to you. I just want to kiss you. And he's like, we're not doing the talking thing. We're just
Yeah.
kissing. This is what this means.
He's like, don't you ever get, she's like, you're the only one I can talk to. And he's like, don't you ever get tired of talking? And she's like, what are you talking about? And then he's like,
Yeah.
big kissy. He's like, I get tired of talking.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, and I get tired of listening, so thank you, Pacey.
Oh my God, for real. I mean, with the D and Joey going back
like-
and forth, round and round, it's like,
You're on a fucking
it's
carousel.
all you can stand
I know.
sometimes.
I know, even with Joey and AJ, I'm like, we've been here before.
So I'm glad they cut to the quick. This is kind of the second time that Pacey has landed a kiss on her, right?
I don't remember.
No, this must be the first kiss.
This seemed like a
No,
big
he tried
moment.
to kiss her in like season 2.
Oh, right, after
And she's
the
like, what
the
are you
fishing
doing?
trip, the snail
yeah,
thing.
when they like almost got frostbite.
That's right.
So yeah, this is the second attempt.
Yeah, Pacey's had the hots for a while.
Yeah,
And maybe it was just he needed that, like,
nice to lunge for it.
that sign. Yeah, because she called him. And
Right.
he's like, what does it mean? What does it mean? And instead of being like Dawson overanalyzing it, he's like, you know, I really know what it means. I don't need
Yeah.
to like second guess it and turn it around over and over. He's like, I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna see.
We're gonna see the aftermath. Oh, Dawson's gonna go in a tailspin.
Oh, Dawson, and he was so
He's
excited
gonna
about
be
his
like,
parents.
"Where's my head?" Lose his damn mind.
I'm so pumped. I love when
He's
Dawson.
gonna go. I hope he dyes his hair black.
Oh, D.
I want to see him in smiling.
I want to see Dawson and Henry with black hair.
God, I'm excited.
I want to see them start an emo punk band.
Yes. What would it be called? Everything but the Trump.
Oh, listeners, I don't know. I thought of this when I was driving home.
Mm-hmm.
Teach me the trumpet.
Oh, teach me the trumpet.
Teach me the
I didn't
trumpet.
want to. I'm sorry, I gave away your band.
I kind of want to name a band that. I'm not going to start a band.
No Steelies.
But if you do start a band called that, I get the credit because
We want the cred.
I want that name for a band.
Teach me the trumpet.
Teach me the trumpet. I also want to learn the trumpet.
It's connected.
And putting it out in the universe. Maybe that's a sign.
Maybe it already exists.
What? I can play the trumpet?
No,
I have
the
played
band
one before.
exists.
Oh, teach me the trumpet. I'm going to look on Spotify later.
If you get a trumpet, your neighbors are going to be pissed.
They're going to be like, who's that angel?
Oh my God.
Playing this wonderful brass.
They're going to be like, where's my head?
I'm going to play, what is that, like taps in the morning? That, like,
Oh, no, the military music?
Wake up the whole building.
Wow. You can get evicted quick.
Just kidding. I'm not a morning person.
Oh,
I would
my
not do that.
God. Well, listeners, that about wraps it up. What time are we at here?
1 hour, 5 minutes.
Wow, we still have to talk about a diss.
We do. We're pretty long-winded lately.
Oh
so.
my God, girl. You know I didn't do those damn dares.
Oh, Mary, I didn't either. And I was just looking, because I couldn't remember my days.
I couldn't remember them either.
And I just looked at them today, and you know what my first one was?
What? Super easy, probably.
So easy. Hot coffee is great for morale.
Oh, girl.
I had
You drank
so
4 coffees today.
much coffee today. I've been drinking coffee like a fiend.
I'm disappointed in you.
Me
You could have
too.
said that when we were convincing Dad to make a pot of coffee later.
I could have. There's so many times I could have said this. I talked about coffee so much at work this week, too. The 2 days I was at work.
I'm disappointed in you.
I am disappointed in myself.
Good.
That's all I can say.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
I know. I did say a past dare, but I know that doesn't count. Yeah.
It's better than nothing. What did you say?
Oh, dream another dream, cowboy. Yes.
Woo!
It's just, I'm not going to go into too much detail.
Uh-huh.
Some guy trying to get me to do something. I was like, no.
Oh.
Dream another dream, cowboy.
Wow.
It seemed like the perfect time to use it, but I was like, I don't think this is this week's.
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting.
Thanks, Mare. Thanks. Well, this week maybe we'll say the dares.
Yeah,
Last
maybe.
Thanksgiving I said that one. It was Pacey. Somebody say yeah.
And everyone at Thanksgiving went, yeah!
It was a wonderful
It
moment.
went over very well.
Everyone chimed in. That was
Yeah. All right, so let me try to give you one that can, like, go with the Thanksgiving theme.
fun. I know. I gotta find like good quotes for this one. This was a tough one for me.
It was a hard one because it was also sentimental gibbery.
It was too sad. Yeah, I did not like this episode. I'm gonna throw it out there.
We talked about it enough, though.
We talked about it a lot, but it wasn't. I was watching it compared to last week's.
Last week's was
It
great.
was outstanding. This one was left a lot to be desired for me. Let's see.
All right, well, you can say your family is in your bones. I know you love to talk about family.
Hey, I do. Thank you, Mary.
You can say...
Where's your head?
you can call someone pissy.
Oh, dear.
That might cause a fight.
That might cause a fight, yeah.
Or you can say... I was so naive. A D quote.
I've been naive many times.
There you go.
I will be naive again, I'm sure. All right, Mary, you can say, this will be easy, hopefully. Sometimes wishes come true.
Oh.
Yeah. You can say, you have to work it with your hands.
Oh. Okay.
Nice meatloaf quote there.
Great.
Or you can say, we invariably return to what we know.
Okay, so we're going to have the first and second half of Jen's line.
Oh, do I have the first half? Oh, the family.
You
Oh,
have the
that's
second
funny.
half. You invariably return?
You invariably return to what you know. Or we invariably return to what we know.
Okay. All right, let's see if we do these.
Yeah. If I were a betting woman,
I
I
would
think my name
bet
would be on.
No.
But we're going to try.
Yeah, you never know. 50-50 chance every week.
All right, listeners, that was the sound of high-fiving because we're in person with each other, and it's great.
And it's real. We're not faking it.
No. That would be That would be creepy if we faked
That'd
it.
be
That'd be
freaky
freaky.
Listeners, thank you for bearing with us. We know this was a goofier episode than usual because we're in person and we've had 4 beers. But we thank you for listening. Thankful for you on this Thanksgiving. We hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow, whether you're with family or friends.
It would have been yesterday, though, when we published on Friday.
I'm in the present.
I like it.
And with that, Christine, I will pass it over to you.
Oh, thank you, Mary. Well, listeners, I'm going to say it again. We love you. And if you love us, leave us an iTunes review.
If you love us, if you like us.
If you like us, you can. Actually, that's fine.
If
you love us, please leave us an iTunes review.
But don't be skimpy on the stars, okay?
Yeah.
5 stars. If you're listening this late, you love us. And you should give us the 5.
Yeah, don't reject your reality.
You're giving it over an hour of entertainment right now.
That's a good point.
You're getting a lot of new vocab words.
Mm-hmm. Mary is like really broadening people's vocab horizons.
A bit of a trendsetter.
Definitely. Yeah.
So.
And also interact with us on Twitter. We're at Dawson Cries, WAH, Dawson Cries. We like to tweet. We like to interact. We like to learn more about you, too. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's fun to know who's listening.
It's really cool.
Get a sense for the audience.
Yeah,
so.
You're all really cool people, so...
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Yeah, we're nice. You can tell. We won't rinse you.
We won't. We won't dunk on you.
Never. Just on D-.
Oh, D-, DF.
He's demoted.
Demoted, yeah.
Oh.
All right, AJ.
Yeah.
AF.
AJ is D- is F.
Yes.
AF.
Oh my God.
All right, listeners. Well, happy Thanksgiving once more. Good night. Thanks for listening. And sorry about last week, but Mother Nature can't be helped sometimes.
Intervenes.
And family. I can't remember the beginning of the quote.
Well, that's a preview of what the
Your family is in your bones, so
enjoy it.
Yeah. You gotta be there for them. All right, listeners. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.